Yeah, I was at work yesterday, and there was this black guy, right? Of course, he's black, right? Um, he was a Door Dasher. Of course, he's a Door Dasher, and he's, we're trying to make it, you know, put his stuff in the bag. We're trying to do our jobs, right? He's like, oh, I've been waiting here for a long time, yada yada yada. And meanwhile, while the people in the back are making his order, I'm over here talking to a fellow coworker. And, me and her, we're having a good conversation, we're laughing and stuff while waiting for his order. And also, we're doing other people's orders too, so we're not just sitting around talking. We're doing things. And, older guy, probably in his 40s, whatever, yips, yaps a lot. Um, he starts talking to the girl that I'm talking to in a disrespectful tone. And he's like, oh, y'all need to shut up and do your work. And I'm like, who you talking to? I'm not gonna get into the whole confrontation, but the things, let's just say my adrenaline got high in that moment. I de-escalated the situation, but he kept talking, he kept yapping. I already know what type of guy he is, and yeah, dude, wow. Anyways, I could have done a lot to that guy. There would have been a 99% chance that I would have went to jail yesterday. If that situation was not de-escalated. And I would have went to jail, and I would have lost my job, and my mom would have been distraught, and it would have been bad, right? So, I say this: a lot of you guys, when you're mad, when you're in a heated moment, you need to relax. You need to calm down because you get into an altercation with this person, it can one hit can either kill them or permanently disable them, and the law is going to look at you and be like, "Yo, you're stupid. We're locking you up." You know what I'm saying? So be careful, especially if you're a martial artist or you do MMA or you know how to defend yourself. Be careful. Just because you know how to protect yourself and others doesn't mean you just go raw dogging confrontations and like, oh yeah, I'm big bad guy, like, oh, you're a big bad guy. Oh well, I'll beat you up if you do this or that. Like, no, don't, no, relax, calm down, try and de-escalate the situation as much as you can, and instead, all those fighting tactics that save that for sparring or the freaking ring. You know what I'm saying? Um, try and minimalize the technique. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Try and keep that down to a minimum. Because if you go to their level, obviously you know what I'm saying? You either hurt them really, really badly and you'll get in trouble by the police, or um they can pull out a gun and shoot you, or they know people. You know what I'm saying? I know people too. Well, now you turn into a situation. You know what I'm saying? You turn something that doesn't have to be. You know what I'm saying? So like, relax, calm down. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that deep. It's a small moment. You know how many people are in prison right now because they let one small moment change the course of their entire lives? That conversation that I had with that guy yesterday lasted probably like what, 2 minutes? If that situation was not de-escalated, thank God, thank Jesus it was, I'd probably still be in jail right now. Be in jail waiting on what the heck's gonna happen. And that guy would be in intensive care, likely. Um, and no, I'm not saying this because, oh man, I say these things because I know what I can do in a fight. And, you know, relax. Once the situation is de-escalated, understand that you're going to have a lot of adrenaline pumping in your blood. Okay? Your body releases so much adrenaline and it's in your blood and it stays in your blood for a little bit of time. So you can either relieve that by going on a walk, going on a run, maybe shadowboxing. Um, you can have some sex, freaking just, or you can, if you're at work, what I did personally was I went into the freezer and I went Rampage Jackson on them boxes. I let hell loose on the boxes. I'm talking elbows, heavy punches, kicks, knees. Like I was doing everything to them boxes in that freezer. Um, which don't do that because you could possibly get fired. My boss hasn't messaged me or anything, but yeah. Um, Learn to relax. Learn to control your emotions. Learn to control yourself. Um, yeah. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and peace.